A very good evening for all the parents and students. Um, it is nice to meet all of you again after probably a month or so when we had the um, application toolkit interaction with all of you and helping you understand what all schools there, how do you choose your schools and all of that. Okay. And
Sir, your audio is very low.
oh, is that so? Is it any better now?
Yeah, a little better.
It is better or a little better?
Yeah, a little better.
Little
Only
better.
little?
Yeah.
Okay,
Only
so
little.
let me just switch my mic and see if I can audible. Okay, hold on.
So meanwhile, I just wanted to point out one thing. So some of us missed that session that you're talking about. Is it possible to get a recording of that session?
Is this any better?
No.
No? Oh, how about this? You can hear me?
Yeah, this is
We can
much
hear
better.
you.
We can
Yeah,
hear
we
you.
can hear you.
This is much better. All right. Okay. So, so first of all, let me wish happy Dashara and happy Diwali. So we are in between these two festivals, and welcome everybody for today's session. It's going to be a very exciting one. So you all would have observed that there are some changes that were done for the NID 2026. I hope you all have noticed the changes, right? So I feel that these changes are for good. It gives advantage for students um, who who have the right attitude, aptitude, and who have been working since few years, right, for getting into design discipline. One of the important things is that the uh, the DAT prelims and mains, okay, the way that they are selecting or utilizing the DAT prelim score for the main score have been changed, okay. Um, but just to remind everybody, the DAT prelims exam is on Sunday, 21st December. All right. And the application deadline is midnight of 1st December 2025. So you have plenty of time. Okay. Now, these two are very critical. And then regarding the mains and prelims, right? So the change that they have done is that the prelim score is only used for shortlisting the candidates for that mains. That is a very significant move. So which means that if you have gone past the cutoff, okay, so generally over the years we have seen that the cutoff for round 2 or that mains was about around 60 plus or minus 1 or 2. So if you gain score beyond that, then you are into the DAT mains. Whether you have scored 100 88, 89, or 61, just above the cutoff, doesn't matter. Okay, so that means will be completely fresh for all those students who are selected. Okay, and they'll be selecting about 1.5 times the number of seats that are available. All right, so for the uh, undergraduate students, there are about 425 seats. So 1.5x is the number of candidates that they'll be calling for the DAT mains. Okay, that is a significant change. And the other significant change is that um, they have broken down the DAT mains into two tests. Okay, one is the studio sensitivity test, and they have introduced this year in-person sensitivity test. Now they have not shared anything about in-person sensitivity test as of now. Okay, but they said that they're gonna share that information in the future. But this kind of resembles to what had happened pre-pandemic, right? So pre-pandemic, they had something similar to this, and it is called an interview and portfolio review. Now they changed the name to in-person sensitivity test. Okay, and you can also notice the weightage of these two tests, 60% and 40%. There's a high possibility that this in-person sensitivity test could have an interview and an opportunity to showcase the portfolio of the student. Okay. Um, but nevertheless, as we proceed forward, we will get more clarity. Okay. But this is the good change that they have brought in, because previously what was happening was you just do the studio test and you leave the place. There is no interaction. So they would not get to know who the student is, what is the kind of attitude, aptitude they carry. They don't get to see all that. But now, because of this in-person sensitivity test, there is a scope for observing the student real time and also getting insights, right? This is a great advantage for majority of the students who have great skill, and they have been working hard, and they also, if they have cultivated the right attitude, then they have the greater opportunity of getting into NID. Okay. Um, so why we have called for this particular meeting is that um, these were the new changes, and um, even though the answering of 3 questions as part of the application process had been there since some time, this year it can be a very significant thing, because they have introduced the in-person sensitivity test. There is a possibility that whatever answers that you are given during the time of application, they may access those 3 questions, and there is a possibility of asking or assessing you based on what you have written. Okay, so that is the reason we have this special session today. And another change or new addition in the application form is to select your preferred institution. This was not there earlier. So this year they have introduced, so a lot of students and parents were asking, okay, what do I choose? Of course, everybody chooses NID Ahmedabad as the first option. And then what are the other options? So we are going to spend some time on it, discussing that aspect as well. All right. Okay. So let me share.
Can you repeat what you just said?
Oh, all right. So the reason why we have called for the meeting today or a webinar today is that when you are filling the form, they are asking 3 questions. Okay. Basically, they're gathering some information about the student across these 3 questions. Now, answering those questions becomes very important, because there is a possibility that they review these questions during the in-person test. For that reason, we have called for this webinar so that we can prepare you for for answering the questions in the right manner. And in the applications this year, they have asked for choosing the one of the NIDs in the order of your choices, order of your preference, right? So you got to choose which is your first preference, which NID is the first preference. So we will also be discussing about which NID you should be choosing first and which in the next order. All right, is that clear?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, all right, okay. Fine. So I'm gonna share my screen. I had actually compiled some content for all of you. I'm gonna make it accessible for all of you as well. Okay. So, but at this point of time, give me your full attention. All right. And then you can access this sheet. I have also got some ChatGPT prompts. If you want, you may probably use to generate certain ideal answers specific for your scenario. But I would highly recommend that use it as a kind of a ideation tool. Do not copy paste that information into your application. You have to rewrite in your own words. Okay, fine. So for the UG applications, there are 3 questions, questions 1, 2, 3. And for PG applications, there is question number 2 and 3. The PG applicants will be answering only 2 questions. Okay. So these are the questions, right? So why have you chosen NID's Bachelor's of Design program? This is for UG. PG doesn't have this question. And then how do you think this course will help your academic plans and or career ambitions? And the third question is, please write a brief statement about yourself, including details of your interests, hobbies, etc. And there is a character limit for each of these 3 questions. Essentially 900 characters for question 1 and 3, and 1200 characters for question number 2. Okay. Now, when you write these answers, you have to keep in mind that these answers have to be very specific for your situation. Okay. I have got some answers here, which when you read, they sound very beautiful, very ambitious, very nice. Okay. For example, why have you chosen NID's Bachelor's of Design program? I just read some sentences. Basically, it sounds very positive, very polished, and etc. Right? For example, I have always been fascinated by creativity and innovation, and I believe design is one of the most powerful tools to shape a better world. Okay. An NID Bachelor's of Design program is known for its interdisciplinary approach, experienced faculty, and strong focus on hands-on learning. I am drawn to its unique environment that nurtures creative thinking, problem solving, and collaboration. So all this is true, right? The institute's emphasis on human-centered design and social impact aligns perfectly with my aspirations to become a designer who can bring meaningful change to the society. I want to be part of community that values experimentation, critical thinking. So all this is true. And what is also true is that you can copy paste this for any student who is applying, right? Because it is applicable for everybody. Everybody will tell that, okay, I'm creative, I'm innovative, I want to be part of NID. This is the best place. You have perfect curriculum, you have great professors. Now, what is happening is this is becoming like a generic answer. Now, I hope you all would have written some answers by this point of time, at least you would have attempted. Now, please check that your answers are not generic in nature, which means that generic means whatever you have written can be copy pasted and used by any other candidate as well. That is what makes it generic. Okay. I'm going to show some examples which are very, very specific, and I'll also help you understand what elements you may have to include when you're writing these answers. Now let us go to the second question. How do you think this course will help your academic plans and or career ambitions? So again, another generic answer saying that, okay, your program will provide a strong foundation for my academic and professional journey in the field of design, even though you are using my, I, etc., but whatever content you're talking is applicable for any other student as well. Okay. For example, I will gain the knowledge and skills required to meet real world challenges. That is true in your case, and it is true in everybody's case. Okay. And I believe this course will guide me towards becoming a responsible designer, capable of contributing positively to society and global design community. True, true for all the 10,000 applications also. Okay. So why I'm showing this example is that in the previous years when I review certain students' works answers, so this is a pattern that I see. They give generic statements. Okay, and if you give a generic statement, you're not gonna stand out, and they're not gonna kind of be impressed. Or the idea of them asking these questions is to understand who you are, what your ambitions are. Okay, what do you want to do in the future? How would you want to utilize the NID campus for your advantage, or what is that you can contribute to the NID itself? Okay, so from that perspective, they are answering this, asking these questions. Okay, right. So again, the third question, let's say, please write a brief statement about yourself, including details of your interests, hobbies, and etc. Trust me, everybody is going to write art as a hobby, photography as a hobby, theater, drama as a hobby, right? These are the ones, right? Maybe using AI is a hobby nowadays since AI has come, right? So a generic answer is like this. Okay, I consider myself a creative and curious individual with strong interest in art, design, and innovation, which again is true for all the 10,000 students who are applying, right? I enjoy exploring different forms of creative expression as sketching, photography, music. Okay, let us say my hobbies and interests keep me inspired and motivated to think differently and come up with creative ideas. Again, I mean, it's a powerful statement, but it's a generic statement. I look forward to using these qualities to develop as a designer and contribute to making a positive difference through my work. So, this is how you should not be writing these essays. Okay, so do not write like this. In fact, I'll make it into red. So you do not write them like this. So what are the ideal answers? The ideal answers basically are personalized versions. They will talk about who you are, why it matters for you to join NID, and what connects you to design. These are very, very specific things which are very unique to each of the students. Now you have to bring that out in your answers. So let me give an example. So this is a hypothetical student. Okay. So let us read the answer and compare with the generic answer. Okay. Um, okay. It all began in grade 5 when our school design thinking club asked us to redesign our classroom. Okay. So very specific. Now, this kind of a context may not be applicable for all the 10,000 students, right? It would have been a different way that you are introduced to design. So here the student is suggesting how she was introduced to design through the design thinking club. Okay. And then let us say, watching a dull space turn vibrant taught me that design can improve how people feel and behave. Now, just instead of writing that, okay, I learned how to design a classroom, but see how that particular statement has been written in such a way that it shows her learning. Okay. So watching a dull space turn vibrant taught me design can improve how people feel and behave. Again, very specific to the context, to the person. Okay. And since then, I have been drawn to design's quiet power to make life easier and more meaningful. So that was a starting point and how it shaped the students' understanding of what design is, what design can contribute. Okay. And then what excites me about NID is its way of learning by doing, questioning, experimenting, and caring. Okay. This again seems like little generic, but what you can do is add little information, taking some example. Of course, you also have to consider the 900 character word limit for question number 1, but you can see how you can make it more personal. Okay. Um, and then, yeah, the other 2 sentences, these 2 sentences appear little generic, but you can make more personalized. But the first few introduction is very, very strong. Okay. So that is about question number 1. And question number 2, how do you think this course will help your academic plans and or career ambitions? Okay. Okay. So some sentences, yeah. So I want to grow into a designer who balances creativity with conscience. If you can probably give some example, that would be really nice. As again, if you can take it to a scenario where you are remembering or recollecting the activity of turning a vibrant adult space into vibrant space, right? Using your creativity and conscience, and apply that for all the other design disciplines too. All right. And then the BDS program at NID will give me that foundation, a space where art, science, and empathy intersect, etc. Right? All right. So again, 2 constraints that you have, right? So number 1 is that the character limit for question number 2, there is a 1200 characters limit, and how you can personalize it to whatever you are speaking in the first para, or you can also add some other examples. The more examples that you add, the better it will be. All right. And then please write a statement about yourself, including details of your interests, hobbies, and etc. Right? Okay. So, so for example, since age 9, so this student, hypothetical student, is in, let us say she's in performing theater, and since age 9 she has been taught to understand emotions, timing, and teamwork. This is a beautiful thing, I mean, connecting. So you can actually see in the next lines how this particular exposure to theater has been linked to the design thinking. Okay. For example, theater helps me think like a storyteller. Doodling helps me think visually. I love capturing gestures in my sketchbook and analyzing sports for strategy, right? And as a school event organizer, so not everybody can be an organizer, right? Event organizer. So she's bringing that specialty into that. I enjoy turning ideas into experiences, etc., etc. So these are some examples of how you can personalize your answers for these 3 questions. Okay. Of course, it takes little time and thought to add this personalized information. Now, I would suggest that don't be refrained from using the technological tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, and etc. But use it as an idea generation tool, not to copy paste the information. They will definitely check whether it is a plagiarized content or not. Okay, whether it is AI generated or not. Um, so what I'm suggesting is I'm giving you a prompt for the students. You can use this prompt, or you don't have to use a prompt. You can create your own prompt, but this is just a framework for you to begin somewhere. Okay. So this is the prompt. In this, if you all have attended the design hackathon, you know how to use prompts. So there is a text in a bracket in red color. So that text you have to replace with your own personal information. Okay. And you complete the prompt. For example, um, let us say some personal details like, okay, how I was introduced to design, what first inspired me. Your inspiration, your introduction to design could be very, very different for each of you. You can probably talk about redesigning your study desk in a particular grade, or creating a poster for a particular event. Um, okay, so I'll address the FAQs later. Okay, I know that students are asking some questions, but I'll come to that later. Let me just finish this flow, right? And for example, your fascination with your product packaging, or maybe you have listened to some famous designer, okay, or maybe you saw a video on YouTube talking about design, okay, or maybe your dad or mom is a designer, or maybe your friend has joined NID, and that's how you come to know about the design. Okay, so I mean, keep it as just genuine contribution, not a made up kind of a thing. All right. So I'm sure in each of your cases, how you got introduced to design would have been different and would be inspiring. So you can add that information here. Okay. And then your hobbies and creative interests. Say your sketching, photography, theater, doodling, painting. You can also include like coding, sports. All those are also relevant. Now, somebody say that, okay, I'm interested in music and have perceived or learned certain levels of music. So should I add it or not? Okay, I'm into dancing. I'm Bharatanatyam dancer. Should I add that information or not? You can definitely add those as hobbies. And design is related or relevant to all the fields. Okay, for example, let us as a Bharatanatyam dancer, when you are actually performing or practicing or packing your stuff from one place to other place, you must be facing so many challenges. And those are the challenges you can, as a designer, can address, right? And contribute. So please do add whatever hobbies that you have, right? Even gardening, etc. And then let us say your school club activities related to design or creativity. Let us say maybe you have participated in design hackathon and you became a finalist, or maybe there is a design club in your school, or maybe you have attended a design course somewhere, or maybe you done a design exploration program at BQ, right? So you can add all that information in this prompt here. Okay, and what I care about and what I want to solve through design. Right, so you can mention what your interests are, special interests are, what you're curious, what do you read in a newspaper, or what kind of a books you generally kind of are enthused to read and gather information. Okay, and then you can talk about your personal qualities, like whether you're observant. If you say, let us say you're observant, you can actually give a context saying that, okay, um, context like, okay, let us say you are known for observing very minute details in your class, and the students are basically, you're known for being very, very observant. Okay, or maybe you have a natural curiosity to observe people, okay, their behavior, or etc. Okay, so these are some of the things that you can add. And let us say my future goals. So what do you want to become a product designer? Why you want to become a product designer? What challenges you want to solve, etc, etc. Okay, so and then there are some other prompts as well. If you feel whatever information you have given the top, it is relevant and good enough, you can go ahead with that information. Or if you feel you want to add some specific content, you can also add in this red box. Okay, um, all right, so certain things that you may have to avoid is like for example, let's say your personal goals. In fact, I had, when I was talking to some students in the past, some students, they said that, okay, I want to become a billionaire, I want to become CEO of a particular company, that is my ambition, and I want to achieve through design. Okay, so these are all personal ambitions, which of course it they are your ambitions, so there's not right or wrong. But when you are expressing your ambitions to others, let it be a bit more society oriented. Okay, you want to change a particular aspect of society through your design contribution or something like that. Okay, so those little inputs are also given here. All right, and yeah, so all this text till this point, right, at the end, give me three answers separately labeled Q1, Q2, Q3, ready for review. So once you add all this information, I'm sure you all must be knowing how to use ChatGPT. So just add the ChatGPT, this content to ChatGPT, and it will give you a couple of options. And most important thing, very, very important instruction for the students is that after you receive the answers, read them aloud. Okay. And read it aloud, not only for yourself, but also for your parents. And identify lines that doesn't sound like you. Okay. Why I'm telling this is because, let us say, in the in-person test, they will tell, okay, what are your ambitions? Please tell your ambitions. And what you're written here, the way you're written here and the way you tell there is like different. That could be a problem, right? So read them aloud and ensure that whatever content is there is reflecting your true thoughts. And please rewrite the entire answer even in your own words. Don't copy paste ChatGPT content. Okay. So this is about answering these three questions. Okay. So what you can also do is once you rewrite your entire answers, you can also feed it into ChatGPT and say, okay, is this fine, or am I missing any of the points, or do you suggest any improvements, and etc. And then you can probably include them. All right. And yes, so that is about the three questions. For the UG students, also the same prompts apply. It's just that you have only two questions, not the three questions, right? The question number 2 and question number 3. Question number 2 and question number 3. Only these two questions you'll be answering with the same number of characters. All right. Okay. So before going for the next step as well, I would like to, before opening up the discussion for FAQ, let me address the question of what NID, which NID you should be choosing first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. So I'm not going to give you an order. Rather, I'm going to give you inputs about the various schools, and I would leave the choice to you in terms of which school you want to choose apart from NID Ahmedabad. Of course, everybody will be choosing NID Ahmedabad as the first option. Okay, the second, third, fourth, fifth options, which are the ones that you have to choose. Okay, so these are certain observations based on our interactions with the various designers, with ex DQ students who are studying at various NIDs, etc. Right? So I have mentioned NID Andhra Pradesh, Vijayawada, Bhopal, Kurukshetra, and Jorat, like this, in this manner. Okay, so out of all of these campuses, NID Andhra Pradesh is the one of the newest campuses. They started off first. Okay, and now they also have their own campus, and they have moved to the new campus. Okay, and this campus is also getting good attention. It's improving, and it is also getting good attention from the um, uh, recruiters. Okay, so this is one campus that you can definitely consider. And Bhopal, it's a very beautiful campus. It is strong in industrial design with good faculty infrastructure. And it also has decent industry ties. Okay. The next one is the Kurukshetra. These are not in a particular order though. Okay. Um, the next one is Kurukshetra. It offers communication and industrial design, and it is very close to Delhi. So you have good connectivity to the place, right? Whereas, of course, NID Bhopal also has good connectivity. Andhra Pradesh, the Vijayawada one is uh, a little interior, but it has good connection with Hyderabad and Chennai, and of course, equidistant to Bangalore too. Okay. And Kurukshetra is also gaining good recruiter interest these days, right? And then NID Jorhat, this is a very unique design school because it focuses on the craft-based and culture-based design. Okay, so NID Assam being the raw material being bamboo there, so they get to experiment and work with bamboo quite a much. Not only bamboo, but other materials too. But it is mostly a craft-based kind of a setup. Okay. So just to give a synopsis of what we have discussed, NID Vijayawada is slightly ahead in terms of industry exposure and placements. And it is also gaining momentum among other campuses. NID Haryana and Madhya Pradesh offer broader design programs and better connectivity they have. And NID is Assam is ideal for students interested in heritage and craft-based design. Okay. Having said that, all the campuses are very good, and I highly recommend my students to go to whichever campus they got admission in. Okay. That is number one. And let us say from based on your interest, say let us say you are interested in product design, communication design, or UI UX design. So which campuses that you can choose based on the interest of the design discipline. Okay, so if it is product or industrial design, you can go for Andhra Pradesh or Madhya Pradesh, right, or Bhopal. Even if you are interested in the UX design or communication design, you can go with Andhra Pradesh. Okay, and if you are interested in communication design, you can look into Haryana because they are closely located to Delhi media hubs. Delhi is a media hub. Okay, so you can be looking into that. And if you're interested in craft and cultural design, you can look into NID Assam. Okay, so so this information. So based on this information, you choose your options. Of course, first is NID Ahmedabad. So let us say for students who are interested in communication design, they may probably choose NID Haryana and Andhra Pradesh as second and third. Let us say somebody is interested in culture and craft, they can choose NID Assam as the second option, right? So, so this is the information that I wanted to kind of give all my students. All right. So now let me just pick up the FAQs. The questions. Oops. Oh yeah. Okay. Would you be sharing this document? Yes, yes, I'll be sharing this document. Right. In fact, I can tell you where the document is. You all have access to the admission application toolkit. Can I see a yes
Yes.
or a raise of hands? Yeah. Yes, you all have. Yes, very good, very good. So any applications you please access from that particular link, particular file. You just want to ensure that you are filling the right applications. Okay. If you go there, so let me access that. So this is a toolkit, admission toolkit. Um, row number 35, NID application form, 3 questions, how to answer framework and campus selection framework. Yeah. So if you click on that, this particular page would open up. Okay. And you'll be able to access all this content. All right. Okay. And I can already see that all of you are accessing that sheet. Very good. Mm. Yeah, Mr. Shanmugam is asking when you debrief the NID campuses, and I noticed that only a few campuses are there, and the main campus, NID Ahmedabad, isn't there. Is there a reason for that? So, NID Ahmedabad is the star campus when we don't have to talk about it, right? It is good in all respects. And that is the first choice everybody will be going for. So, that is the reason I have not mentioned about NID Ahmedabad. There are 5 campuses, the other 4 campuses I have mentioned. All right, because many of you do not know about the other campuses. I was talking about them, but NID Ahmedabad is the, of course, that's what everybody wants to kind of go into. Jabalpur, NID has a Jabalpur campus.
Sorry, sir, not Jabalpur. I think there is one in
Jodha,
Madhya Pradesh, I think, right?
Bhopal,
Bhopal.
Bhopal.
No, I think there is one industrial manufacturing or something. I don't recollect the exact name.
Okay.
I'll check and put it in the chat window.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sure, 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 sure. Okay. Yes. Yeah. So Aisha is asking, do the prelim marks have any weightage in the final selection or only round two? It is only for round two. Yeah. So you get a mark above the cutoff. You are called for the NID round 2. And after that, they're not considering any of your prelim marks. Okay, right. Anaga is saying, sir, when do we get to know which exam center we have to go on December 21st? So when they give the hall ticket, they will give you the center location too. Especially in Bangalore, they have 2-3 centers, test centers. So you'll be going to those test centers. Okay. So GI is saying, sir, I have already submitted the form. Can I make changes in these questions during the correction window period? You try doing that. Okay, you see if you can get an access to do the correction. If you can, then you can definitely do that. Okay. Where can I find the link for this document, Huma Gaur? It is available in the admission toolkit. If you are not aware of that admission toolkit, maybe if you can let us know which center you are attending, such that we can ask our team to share that link with you. Okay. Yeah. That was Abba. That is Triple IT Jabalpur.
Yeah, it was triple IT, sir. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. And then Dhriti is asking, hi, sir, I had a doubt filling out the seed PG application. Could I ask about that? Yes, Dhriti, please, you can ask that. Yeah. And by the way, this session is been live streamed on YouTube. So you always get an access to this discussion. Okay. My team will share you the link of YouTube as well. So, Dhriti, would you want to unmute your mic and ask the question?
Yeah, it was a very simple thing I had to fill. So I'll just send a screenshot of what it was.
Mhm.
So during the registration, I just had to choose what my previous qualification was.
Mhm.
And the thing is, my previous qualification is a BDES design degree,
Mhm.
but in the options given, BDES comes only under architecture. So
Okay.
I wasn't sure if I should
You can
choose
choose that.
the others. Sorry?
When you're saying under architecture, you're getting BDES.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My degree isn't architecture. It was a different design degree.
Yeah. So
But it's, yeah.
in fact, those who do architecture, they are not given BDES degree. They are given B
Yeah.
Arch degree.
Yeah. They've given that in architecture, there's B Arc, B Plan, and BDES
So you
for
choose
some
BDES.
reason.
Yeah.
But it's there, but it's written with architecture. It's
No
grouped
problem.
with architecture.
No
Is that
problem.
fine?
Okay. That is fine. That is fine.
Okay.
So they have
Okay.
basically grouped it in that manner. That's okay.
Yeah.
BDES is there, right? So you can choose
Yeah,
B.
BDES is there.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yes. An important question. What is the cutoff marks for general merit? So, as per our observations since last few years, the cutoff for general merit is around 60 marks, plus or minus 1 or 2 marks. But generally, it had been about 60. But when they do this cutoff, they basically, how do they arrive is that they want to call only 1.5 times, 1.5x, right? So they will see how many candidates are above a particular mark, and then they declare that as a cutoff. So the cutoff can change year to year. But just to get you an understanding, it is about 60 marks. Okay. Avni is asking, is the NID exam MCQ part done? MCQ part done on? Yeah, OMR sheet. Yes, you'll be given an OMR sheet. Can you tell speciality of NID Bhopal? NID Bhopal has broad disciplines. Okay, the advantage of Bhopal is that it's very easily connected. Okay, so the advantage of that is that there could be opportunity of great industry connect. See, for example, if somebody has to go from Bangalore as a visiting faculty to an NID Assam, Jorat, it's a long way for them, right? So it is difficult to attract people for such long distances. But anyhow, people are going. But if it is within the city, easily connected, then it becomes very, very fast and easy. They don't have to travel, right? So there may be design companies in Bhopal, so they just drop in a day and then they interact and they go.
So is it known for product design or communication design or what? Like
So
you said, for the others.
yeah. So there is no specific thing like that, but it is broad, right? So which means you consider everything is all right in that.
Also, sir, for NID Andhra Pradesh,
Yes.
mostly it is considered that it is placed in a very interior place and everything for the students, for the to live there, while doing the college and everything. Maybe the college facilities are good, but the hostels and everything.
Yeah.
So when we have to specially mark between Andhra Pradesh and Bhopal, so that way, which one should we mark on number 2?
Okay, you are based out of Bangalore, right?
Yeah, Bangalore.
Yeah. And you have any friends or relatives in Bhopal or in Andhra Pradesh?
No.
No. Okay. Right. And what is the interest of the child?
So most likely, I think product design. Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, just because NID Vijayawada is the comparatively little older than the other newer campuses, you can go with NID Vijayawada.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Devesh is asking, do we need to select the candidates category in advance on the application form? Example, general, OCI, NRI. Yeah, I think because the fee that you pay it differs, right? So you have to be choosing that option. I can ask my team to cross verify, but yes, this information has to be given upfront. Okay. All right. The admission toolkit has been shared, a bit.ly link. Thanks, Sham, for sharing it. Okay, so Dhriti has shared one image, which is talking about fine arts architecture, BDES. So, Dhriti, this is absolutely correct, BDES. You
All
should
right,
be
yeah.
picking the architecture one. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right. Okay. Sir, we couldn't attend last month's session. Can you please share list of design institutes to apply to for UG? This was a big session. We have recorded it and made it accessible on YouTube. So I'll ask my team to circulate it along with the toolkit. Okay, and you will be able to see that. All right, Mr. Ghosh.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Yeah. Arush, can you please give clarification regarding the photographs that needs to be submitted? All right, so this is very specific question about.
What I mean is the background and the size of the photograph, like some institutions ask for 80% face, etc., something like that.
Yeah, so I need to check that. I don't have that information at this point of time. Okay, but after the call, we will check that and we will share that information. May I know which counselor you're in touch with?
He goes to Jayanagar,
Jayanagar, Chaitra. So
Chaitra.
yeah, Chaitra, we'll ask Chaitra to share the specifications in the group, in the WhatsApp group. All right, if there are any specific specifications. All right. All right, Arush. Yeah. Sir, is there a separate cutoff mark for NRI category? Yes, of course. Every category have their own cutoffs. Okay. Yes, every category has their own cutoffs. Okay. Saina, sir, will the DQ team be assisting us in reviewing our answers before we submit the NID form? If you want us to review it, the mentors are there, so we can ask the mentors and they will definitely review. Okay, and will give you some insights. Okay. Yes, you are free to reach out to the mentors and they will help you reviewing them. Does NID Vijayawada also have communication design? Yes, it has communication design. Kavita ma'am. Yeah, so Shanmugam is asking cutoff for NRIs. I think we have documented these somewhere. I will try to pull that out, the information, and we'll share that information. But generally, the cutoffs for NRIs is a little lower than the general category. Okay, so if you are an NRI student, you have greater chances of getting into NID. Okay, that's your advantage. Yes, NRI category. I'll just make note of these so that we can share that information. Yeah.
Sir, your voice is very low now.
Okay. All right. So I was just saying that I'll be taking a note of these, some of these questions, so that we can answer them in the groups. Okay. So photograph and NRI cutoffs.
Sir, one question. I was just browsing through the NID website, and when I click on the campuses section of the website, it just talks about Ahmedabad, Gandhinagar, and Bangalore. It doesn't talk about any of these other four that we just spoke about.
Is that so?
Yeah, I mean,
You are a PG student probably.
no, I am not. I've just gone to the NID website. Nothing. I mean, I didn't give
No.
any PG or
Are
UG.
you? I mean, have you opened the application
No, I'm on the website.
on the
Nothing.
website? Okay. Can you
Yeah,
check on the
NID web.
application
Okay.
when you are filling the application? Can you just check what options they are giving?
Okay, I will have to take a look at that. But
Yeah.
here, when I go to just the about section, and then within that there is a campuses section.
Oh,
It
that
just
you're asking about. Oh,
yeah,
okay. Let me just check.
yeah.
Okay.
I was wondering why they don't talk about the other campuses there.
So you're saying, can you see my screen? So you're talking
Yeah,
about
yeah,
here,
we
right?
can see. Yeah, so if you click on about,
About
yeah, in that you will have the campuses. Yeah, on the left side you have the link for campuses.
campuses.
Yeah, here it just talks about the three places.
Because these campuses are coming under NID Ahmedabad. They monitor these campuses.
So
They
do these
govern.
Gandhinagar and Bangalore campus have undergrad programs or only
No.
PG?
It's only for PG, ma'am.
Okay.
It's only for PG. Because I think every NID has their own website. That is the reason they're not mentioning, but I think it's not fair to do that. They should also mention the other campuses that they have, because it's an NID brand.
Yeah, that was quite weird.
Right. Will there be separate session for UCED applications? So the UCED applications are pretty straightforward. Right. So if you have any specific questions, you can ask, and we can clarify. It doesn't require any specific filling of specific subjective questions or something like that. Right. So for that reason, we don't have any specific session for that. How can we reach out to the mentor, sir? When you attend the classes on Saturday, Sunday, you just reach out to one of the mentors and you can ask, okay, could you please review my my answers for the NID questions? Okay. Yeah, so that can be happened during your sketching and material handling sessions on Saturday and Sundays. Okay. Okay, so Sham has, oh, all right. You all can see my screen.
Yeah, I think he posted this on the chat also.
Yeah, yes, posted in the chat. Thanks, Sham. So upload a color scanned copy of recent passport size photograph as per the instructions. The photograph must be JPEG or JPEG format, should be of minimum 50 KB and maximum 200 KB in size. It must be a colored photograph taken at a professional studio. Photographs with self-composed portraits will not be accepted. So they have not spoken about the background and etc., but it has to be a color photo. I would prefer a white background, and it has to be taken.
Yeah, this part I read, but it is not distinctly mentioned what kind of a background and what should be the size of the photograph, etc.
Yeah.
like
So,
the face
yeah. So they are saying
ratio, face to photo ratio.
yeah. They are talking about the passport size photograph, like a
Yeah,
regular
that's right. But
passport size photograph. If you reach out to a professional studio and tell that, okay, I need a passport size photograph, they will give the standard size. There will be
And I think
standard.
a white background is used for US visa, so maybe just say US visa kind of photograph, and maybe that
And
should
white
work.
background. Yeah. So, yes.
So you had mentioned 1.5x students are
Yes,
called for the round 2. What
yes,
is that number for general category typically?
Oh, right. So the breakups are given here. I know that there are 425 seats into 1.5. So actually, we need to calculate for the general category how much is that number.
Okay. So it will be separately calculated for each category, and then they will call.
Yes, accordingly. Yeah, because they need to maintain that ratio, no?
So that will be a fairly small number of students, actually, right? For general category, I'm saying.
For general category, yeah. So, for example, they have given the individual capacity for Bachelors of Design for Ahmedabad. So, I mean, we need to kind of add up all these. And there is also, no, sorry, category wise, right? Sham, can you see the category wise seat allocation chart?
It's general category they haven't mentioned yet, but they have mentioned about all other categories. Nearly about 200 plus it will come for a general category. Even if you consider 1.5 ratio, nearly 300 students from general category, they should go to round 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the breakup. So it is basically 128 minus 35, 13, 19, and 10. That into 1.x, right? For NID Ahmedabad. So yeah, I think this is a good exercise we can also do, Sham. We can identify the total number of general category seats, and we can get a ratio of how many people they're calling for.
Understood. I
For
think
our record as well.
Yeah, I will share it maybe in another 1 hour or so in the WhatsApp
Sure.
group. Yeah.
Yes. All right. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. And any other questions? Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
In this table, there's no mention of NRI. Where would that be?
Yeah,
included?
NRI was mentioned above.
Okay, sir.
I saw that NRI quota was mentioned above. Yeah, these are the NRI quota, right?
When is round 2 for NID usually? Is it
April
May?
end or May first 2 weeks, ma'am.
Okay. I think that's related to the other question, which is essentially all the private colleges will finish admissions by then.
I mean, even if they keep the round two, let us say they keep round 2 in April, all the private colleges will push admissions by March itself.
Yeah.
I understand, right? Because they don't want to miss out on the good candidates.
Yeah. But I think you had addressed this in the previous, I guess, discussion that we can have an understanding with the college that if you get into NID, then they should be.
Yeah, absolutely. Take a written confirmation from them before you kind of commit. And there are two things, ma'am. One is take a written communication. And then most of these design schools are now being part of the UGC program, right? So they have to follow the UGC rules, which means that they also have to follow strictly the refunding of money before a particular cutoff date. And if you get the NID result before that cutoff date, they are bound to, or not only NID, any other, if you want to change the school before that cutoff date, then the school is bound to refund you the entire money. Maybe they charge some 5,000, 6,000 as admin charges.
So how can we find out if, sorry, just related to this question. So how can we find out if the private colleges we are applying to are part of this UGC? Or will they by default be part of UGC?
Most of the schools, design schools, which are offering bachelors of design, are part of the UGC network.
Okay.
But kindly cross-check with them.
Yeah.
Okay. With my interactions with these various schools, they have confirmed that they are part of the UGC network. Okay, but for your due diligence. Okay, so please talk.
Yeah, I'll also check.
Schools.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Sir, there has been some confusion around the NRI and overseas. So
Right.
I think the form mentions that if you're an NRI and an Indian passport holder, then you're not eligible to those superannuary seats.
Yes. So NRI, in the sense, you need to have a foreign passport with you.
Yeah,
For the
because
category.
anyone who's an NRI will have a Indian passport. Anyone who's an overseas student, so who's a non-Indian, would be the other category.
So here basically they're talking about non-Indians.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know, because that's my understanding, but I hope that's the correct understanding which I have.
Yeah, Sham, could you please clarify who is eligible under NRI category?
Hello. Can you hear me? Yes.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yes,
I was
Sham. Yeah. Could you please clarify on that NRI category? Who is eligible for that?
a student who is having a foreign passport.
Passport.
Yeah, they are eligible for NRI category. The difference between NID and UCD is under NID, who are all having a NID, this foreign passport, they will be considered as a foreign nationals. But under for UC, student who are all having a OCI PIO card on or after March 2021, only those students they will be considered as overseas. Otherwise, they will be considered as Indian general category. That is the difference.
The definitions of what NRI or OCI is differing for?
I don't think so. It's same.
It's not same. So the definitions differ from NID perspective and from UC perspective.
Yes.
Yes. All right. So Antara is asking for the NRI seats mentioned above. Are those numbers per campus? The total number of seats that are available through all the different type of courses? Yes. Total number of courses. Yes. So they were mentioned 19, right? So it's the total number of seats that are put together. All right. Okay.
Sir, you mentioned about the USEED, right? So on the NRI category for USEED, so in case if you fall under the general category, so if you don't meet the cutoff, even though you have a foreign passport, you cannot apply for the NRI category. Is that right?
I'm just trying to understand the question, Sham.
Yeah, sir, can you please repeat the question again?
So you mentioned the OCI, the year they got the OCI, right, under USEED. So it looks like NID is black and white. So NID, if you have a foreign passport, then you are an NRI.
Correct.
And, but USEED is kind of confusing, right? So they have a year cutoff where even if you have a foreign passport, if that OCI card was before 2018, then you fall under general category.
Yes.
Okay. So in that case, if you fall under that category, so you're not, even though you have a foreign passport, if you don't qualify under general category, you don't have the option to go to the NRI category. Is that right?
Yes. You will be completely considered a general category only.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So, so thank you all for joining the session. Yes. So last.
Sir, one question not related to NID, but for the message that we have received, I think yesterday about the admission links open for all the colleges. There is a mention of Indian Institute of Art and Design, Delhi there.
IIAD, yes.
Yeah, I don't remember if we spoke about that in any of the past conversation. If you can throw some light on that, how is it and all that, if you can. I don't know if you've shared that, then please point me to that. Otherwise, if you can share some details around that one.
Right. Okay. I have not personally visited the campus though. Okay, but I have interacted with the faculty members and I kind of gained some understanding. I do not have the current latest information as of now, but I can gather that information and we will add to the toolkit. Now, the thing is, when you are going through the toolkit, please observe the school showcase column where we are adding the videos of these various specific schools. Okay, so the main idea is that there will be videos relevant to 20 different aspects about the school, and you can actually watch them and get a first-hand information about the school. Okay, but as per my understanding of the school in the past, they are very prominent in having a tie-up with foreign universities. They use their curriculum as well. As per my last understanding, they had a tie-up with Kensington University, right? And 2 or 3 years, the student studies here, and the fourth year they go abroad and they study there. Okay, some kind of an arrangement, and they were pretty strong in visual communication and product design.
Okay.
But latest information, even I have to kind of catch up with them, right? So I don't have the latest information at this point of time. I'm also actually
Yeah,
yeah.
sir. So actually, yeah, we are collecting the information
Yes.
from IIAD. So the main point what they emphasized on is that they have a collaboration with the Kingston University, London.
Oh, it's a Kingston University. Yeah, not Kensington.
Yes.
It's Kingston University.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. So, and they have very good faculty for communication design, fashion design, and other specialties also. But okay, so of course we are going to update the toolkit shortly with all other details.
Yeah.
Just a quick question going back to the NID exam. How many people actually go for round 1? I'm just thinking of calculating the probability of getting to round 2 for general category.
So, ma'am, the number of students going for the round 1 has been stagnant for quite number of years, right? So it is between 12 to 15,000. It's not changing much.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is the thing. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, thank you. All right. Any other questions? Okay, so Aisha is asking, as an online student who cannot access the physical sessions, is there anything extra we must do to prepare for the exam? Also, we need a physical portfolio or just a printout or the digital one. Okay, so Aisha, as an online student, we would want you to attend the ERC classes, exam readiness classes that I think it is already 15th October now, that already would have been started. Okay, every day evening, 7:30 to 9. And we also have a morning session, 6 to 7:30 or 6 to 7, where we are reviewing all the past year question papers, the theory part. One round is going on. The second round will also happen. My second revision will happen from mid of November. So these 2 classes you please attend. And as part of the ERCs, we'll be helping you to practice answering the exam paper in 2 runs. It's a very important thing. You have to understand how it has to be done. You will get a very good grip on how to answer these questions real time. Okay. And we also tell you how much time you should be spending per mark. How do you calculate it before, and you allocate the time, and then you go in 2 rounds or 2 runs of answering the questions. All these practices are happening online too, and I would highly request you to attend and make use of those sessions. All right. Okay. All right, cool. So can we stop the session now? Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Hello, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Aisha.
This is Aisha's mom.
Hello.
We just wanted to ask you, sir, for someone, because of the hectic school schedules, she has missed a couple of classes.
No problem. So please let her attend whatever she can. Okay, because
No,
in
so
every
whatever
session,
the classes that she has not attended, are they available? I think
Recordings are there actually.
yeah, recordings are there, but the links are not accessible to her. She's not able to access them.
Okay, okay. So Sham, can this be addressed? So Sham will reach out to you, ma'am. Okay, and he will help you out with that.
Yeah, who's the student? Who is the student?
Aisha,
Aisha.
2026, yeah, online
Okay,
student.
okay, fine. Yeah.
So Avni is
Miss,
asking.
I have shared one WhatsApp image with you with the seeds. If you can just take a look for a general
WhatsApp, huh?
category. Yeah.
WhatsApp, is it? Okay.
Can you please share the link? My daughter is also an online student, so I'm not sure if she has taken those ERC classes that you have mentioned.
Probably we can send another message for all the students, Sham.
Okay. Okay.
With a summary with all what we discussed. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
Mr. Shyam, I am also facing the same problem. I am Diya Shah's mom. So,
Okay.
same like Diya is attending from Dubai and her midterm exams are going on, and school schedule is also very, very hectic. So, from last 15 days, she is not focusing on design classes. So, how will she recover? Will she get any personal attention or how like?
Probably like I will discuss with you separately. Okay. After this webinar. Okay. We will give a right solution.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So Sham has calculated the total number of students who will be called for. Total seats available is 428. 1.5x is 642 students are called, and in general category there will be about 257 students. Right. So these are the numbers.
That's helpful. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. This can also be shared with all the parents, Sham.
Yeah, yeah, sure. I'll share. I just thought, since all are discussing and waiting, just did an immediate calculation.
Okay, okay, great. Okay, there is one more question.
This is very quick and
yes, sir.
really handful. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I think there is one last question in the chat. Is all private colleges which you have sent links, are they all give B design degree certificate? Because someone was saying some colleges are given diploma certificate. So, ma'am, if you observe that particular toolkit, we have a column which basically talks about degree provided. Okay, so I hope you're able to see my screen. So we have mentioned the kind of degree that they're offering. For example, if you see Srishti, okay, they are providing either BDes or BFA depending on the kind of coursework that you're choosing. So you got to be cautious about that. Okay, so we have mentioned here as much as possible whatever data we have got, whether they're giving BDes or what degree. So kindly refer to this. For example, Institute of Marangoni is giving only a BA honors 3-year degree. Okay, and Lisa offers BDes and also BVA. So you have to check what coursework the student is joining and what is the outcome she is getting. Okay. So that information is there in the toolkit.
Is ISDI Mumbai included in your list? I didn't check it recently.
So ISDI is there, ma'am.
ISDI is there. Okay. Thanks.
Yes, 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 yes. They give BDes and MDes degrees. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you all so much. Now I think I will take off okay, from all of you. And thank you so much for attending and asking all the questions very enthusiastically. I wish you all the best, and I hope we'll also meet again before the NID exam once, and later on for the for the admissions and all of that as well. Okay. Thank you all for your support.
Thank you so much.
And
Very
all the
helpful.
best. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.